Now then, last week we spoke to the Duchess of Cambridge about her project with the National Portrait Gallery called Hold Still.
Well, the Duchess wants to capture the spirit of the nation through photographs during these unprecedented times, and the gallery have already received over 5,000 entries. That's the National Portrait Gallery.
Right, here's a look back at the Duchess explaining why the project means so much to her.
I think we've all seen some incredible images out there and heard some amazing stories. Some desperately sad stories, but also some really uplifting ones as well. And I really hope that through a project like this, we might be able to showcase some of those stories and to document and share a moment in time, I suppose, that we're all experiencing. But it's really capturing those moments that feel real to you and that capture a moment or an expression or a feeling, I suppose. And that's the power of photography. It can capture a moment and tell a story.
So we can now take a look at some of the entries already submitted. And this is from Anne Harrod, whose image name, they've all got names, Just One More Night Shift. And Anne Harrod is from Aberystwyth in Wales.
And then Chuyen Passion says, this one's called Daddy is Home, and he's from Hampshire. Look at that.
Jennifer Grammer, Lockdown Engagement is the name of this one.
Oh.
She's from Surrey.
And Catherine Hunt sent this one in. It's called A New Way of Celebrating. They're from Cheltenham.
Matthew Williams is from Sheffield. His image name is Life Goes On.
Wow, that's a good one, isn't it? Stacey Leanne Connell says this one is called The School of Nature, and she's from Oldham.
And this is by Steph James from Burgess Hill in Sussex, and it's called Glass Kiss. There's some beautiful pictures there.
They really are.
There are
powerful.
three core themes which the Duchess told us about: helpers and heroes, your new normal, and acts of kindness. And a panel of experts will then select 100 of those photographs, which will be available to view as a virtual exhibition in August. And a selection of the images will also be shown in towns and cities across the UK next year.
Yeah, still time to do that. And someone who is no stranger to working with royalty is royal photographer Arthur Edwards. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us this morning. And I guess as we're talking about photographs this morning, is there a photograph that you've taken over the years that you would say is your favourite?
Well, I've done thousands over the years, and but looking at Catherine there, I was just thinking about this year. We went to Ireland and she played a game of hurling, and one of the pictures I took of her there was just terrific. And I just think, you know, that's a great picture. And, you know, every day I go out with that woman, when I photograph the woman, she just produces amazing images.
Yeah. And so, I mean, you've been the royal photographer for The Sun for, I think, about 40 years now. So you know a thing or two about taking pictures. What do you think about this project?
I think it's a brilliant idea. I think it's, you know, normal times. It's not normal times, it's extraordinary times. And so many things are happening that's not usual. I mean, you know, homeschooling, for instance, and people doing jigsaws and playing board games during the day. And of course, gardening. And they're just, people are just doing amazing things and caring. And, you know, recently I was asked by a dear friend to photograph his wife's funeral because only 5 people can go to a funeral. And so many people wanted to be there. And a thing I've never been asked to do before, but I did it, and he was so grateful. And the people that received the pictures said it was like being there. So it's so many different things going on. And looking at some of those entries already, you know, they're just stunning images. And, you know, whether you're using a phone or whether you're using a proper camera, it doesn't matter. It's getting that image when it's there. And, you know, quality is not everything about this competition. It doesn't matter if it's not quite sharp and it's not quite all in the picture, but, you know, just send it in because it's the content that counts.
And the Duchess herself produces some beautiful images that she shared with us, especially those of the children.
Oh, she's getting better and better. I mean, you know, she started off and there was criticism from people about perhaps the images weren't quite sharp or they wasn't quite cropped properly. But, you know, now her stuff is just brilliant. And recently she did an assignment for, oh, these are fabulous pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not only they're great pictures, but it was a great idea as well. And it's all about ideas. And that picture with Louis and the paint was just stunning. And, you know, the test is when you look at a picture like that, whether you laugh. And when you smile, then she's cracked it, and she does it every time.
But she didn't actually. What she was telling us was that she didn't take a picture of her. She looked exactly the same as Louis, I think. There,
covered in paint. Yeah.
Your tips then for taking a good picture. You say one of them is it's important to get the background right, and you were taking a shot of the Duchess, and you actually had to ask her to move.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, when they were in front of the Eiffel Tower once, I had to ask her to move her left because the Eiffel Tower was growing out of her head. So, you know, it's important to check the background. But the most important thing of all, and which I tell people, is to fill the frame. I mean, you know, in the house, you know, you can go as close as you want, but obviously when you're in the street, you've got to keep to the 2-meter rule. But, you know, it's fill the frame and turn the phone sideways occasionally, because, you know, that makes a much better picture. Some of those pictures earlier, one of them would have been great if they'd have shot it landscape. And of course, you know, hold the camera still, but most important is get the pictures printed. People leave them in their phone, and these pictures are historical pictures now. People will be teaching this in schools years to come about these incredible times we're going through now.
And also, you know, I think that's a good thing in lockdown. People are looking for things to do. What a great time to go through your old phones, any old laptops, and get all those images and select the ones and get them printed out, because you've got the time to do it. It's one of those jobs,
Absolutely.
isn't it?
And, you know, it's nothing like looking at pictures, you know, and I always say to my dear wife, if we have to run out the house, it's burning, just grab the photographs, because, you know, they're your memories. And if you haven't got your memories, you've got nothing.
Well, you can upload them to places like PhotoBox and stuff like that. Make your own albums. You know, send them up there, and then, you know, then all of a sudden your pictures come back beautifully printed in an album.
Don't leave it, because if you lose your phone, you lose your pictures as well, which is the sad thing.
Yeah.
So look, it's not rocket science. These phones now are magnificent. You don't have to worry about anything except the picture you're going to get, the image you're going to get.
Arthur, thank you. It's always
Take care. Yeah.
You look after yourself.
See you. Bye-bye.
Take care, Phil. Take care, Ollie.
Thank you.